All right, first and foremost, let's give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and Shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. It's your brother Kadah, and I'm sure most of you already know about the Middle East conflict between Iran and Israel. After a failed nuclear treaty, the U.S. and Israel launched a joint operation against Iran and killed their supreme leader. But I want to highlight a key point that most people have missed. If God's chosen people are the Israelis and they're living in the Holy Land, then how was Iran able to kill some of them, not only during this current war, but even last year during the 12-day war in June? Wasn't the Most High supposed to protect the Israelis and destroy their enemies? This would be a short video because it honestly won't take long to point out all the lies concerning the people currently in the Holy Land. So we can dive into the scriptures and figure out what's going on. But first, let's take a look at an article discussing the current situation, right? So this is U.S.-Israel attacks on Iran, death toll and injuries live tracker. Preliminary figures are 555 dead in Iran, at least 10 in Israel, 4 U.S. soldiers, and 5 killed in Gulf states. Explosions continue to be heard for a third day in Iran, Israel, and across several Middle Eastern states after the U.S. and Israel began attacking Iran on Saturday. Tehran has responded by launching waves of missiles and drones at Israel towards several military bases in the Middle East where U.S. forces operate, right? So I'm not going to read the whole article, but from the very jump, you can see that in this death toll, Israel has suffered casualties already, right? So from here, let's get straight into the scriptures. Let's go to Hosea 2 and get some prophecy. And we can start at verse 18. And in that day will I make a covenant with them, with the beast of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, and with the creeping things of the ground. And I will break the bow and the sword and the battle out of the earth, and will make them to lie down safely. And I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yeah, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment and in loving kindness and in mercies. This is an end time prophecy concerning the restoration of Israel. The Most High said when the real Israelites return to the Holy Land, he will do away with all weapons and there will be no more war, right? The Israelites will lie down in safety and none will make them afraid. But hold up. In the article we just read, it said that Israelis were killed. The death toll is at 10. So did God break his covenant? Is he too weak to defend his people like he said he would? Let's keep going. Let's get some more prophecy in Isaiah 60. And we can start at verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. So in the kingdom of heaven, the Israelites will be in rulership, and whoever doesn't serve us will perish. But do we see all nations serving the people who are currently in the Holy Land right now? We see the exact opposite. If they're actually God's chosen people, then all nations, including Iran, will be bowing down to them, not killing them and bombing their cities, right? Let's keep going. Verse 15. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shalt suck the breast of kings, and thou shalt know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stones iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness. Violence, let me say that again, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise. And here we have another precept that proves when the Israelites return to the land, number one, they'll be in rulership, and number two, there will be no more war. But again, I can't stress this point enough. If all of this is true, then why do we see who the world believes to be God's chosen people actively engaged in warfare and suffering casualties? It's because the people who are currently occupying the Holy Land are frauds and imposters. And this is so easy to prove when you study the precepts and leave Christianity, right? So from here, let's go to Luke 21. And verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, right? So Christ told us that the real Israelites would be led away captive into all nations, and our homeland would be trodden down by heathens. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans fits this prophecy and the curses from Deuteronomy 28 because we're the only ones that this happened to in history. Our ancestors were wicked, and because of that, we were kicked out of the land and sold into slavery. But the people in the land right now are the most ungodly and profane race on earth. So how are they allowed to be there? They don't believe in the Messiah, nor do they keep the laws of God. But last time I checked, when the Israelites are brought back to the Holy Land, God will place the law in their inward parts and they will keep it perfectly, right? I thought the scriptures couldn't be broken. Okay, so from here, let's go to Proverbs 2:21. Like I said, this is going to be a real quick video through the Spirit. Proverbs 2:21. For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. If our nation kept the commandments, then we would have been allowed to live in the land forever. But due to our disobedience, our land is currently occupied by the synagogue of Satan. They pretend to be God's chosen people and lie to the world by making claims that Israel was restored. But if that were the case, then I wouldn't have read all the scriptures earlier to prove that there shouldn't be a war taking place right now. When Christ returns, he will restore us to our rightful land. But until then, don't be deceived by these damn devils. Shalom.